So hi, I'm the handicap chairman at Denton Golf Club, and together with Steve Glenwright, who's the competitions chairman, we run all the competitions at Denton. And as part of our role, we're often called upon to do rules, as sometimes we're even sat at home, and we record these videos because there's been a rules, maybe an incident or just a query. So we're going to be talking now about embedded balls. And what's an embedded ball? Well, the definition of an embedded ball is in the following diagram.
So as we can see in this diagram from the rules book, a ball is embedded when part of it is below the level of the soil surface. A ball is definitely not embedded if the ball is just in deep grass and not breaking the soil surface. So be careful, and if you identify your ball, make sure you always place it back.
So you've seen the definition, so let's talk about it. So the definition of an embedded ball or a plug ball is when the part of the ball is below the soil surface. A ball that's sitting in 6-inch deep grass is not embedded. A ball that's sitting in 6-inch deep grass, where it's obviously plugged in the soil supporting the grass, is embedded. So what we're going to do is look at 3 examples. And so here's my first example. That ball is slightly below the surface of the grass, but it's not embedded. It's just an indentation of the grass. So as such, there's no free relief with that, and that's going to be a case of you play it as it lies. Now in these examples, which is very relevant, the flag is over there on the putting green and we're nearly not far off the green, and obviously this ball here, it's been hit from quite a height, and what's happened, it's embedded. So what's the options? Well, the option is to play it, but the next option is you can actually have one club relief. So you pick the ball up, you are allowed to clean it, and then that becomes your reference point, and you mark it. Remember, mark your ball. What you're then going to do is you're going to take 1 club length relief from that point, no nearer the hole, and you're going to mark that. And now you're going to drop within that club length, and that ball is now in play. Now the only exception to this is if that's a plug ball in casual water, and the first thing you're going to have to do is take relief, full relief from the casual water, your nearest point of relief, not the best point of relief. And if you're in casual water and your nearest point of relief is underneath a bush, unfortunately that's where you're going to have to drop it. However, that's okay, so we're going to drop that. Now then, we think about this ball here. And we're just going to adjust the camera angle for this one. So this ball is embedded, it's not far from the putting area, putting green. So what's the option? Once again, the option is to play it. The next option is to take 1 club relief, no nearer the hole. However, that 1 club relief gets me on the putting green. So is that an option I'm allowed to do? Well, no. You can never drop a ball on a putting green in any circumstance for any type of relief. So in this case, I have to make sure that my 1 club length relief is definitely not near that putting surface. And to make sure, I'm going to mark, I'm going to clean my ball, take my 1 club length, and then I'll be dropping from knee height, and then that ball will be in play. So that's embedded balls. So now I want to talk about an embedded ball on the putting surface. Well, it's simple. If your ball's embedded on the putting surface, I'm not going to deliberately damage, even though this is our practice green, I'm not going to damage it. So I'm assuming that ball is plugged. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark behind the ball. I can clean it. I'm going to repair my pitch mark, and then I'm going to place the ball exactly where it was. So it's important when you repair that pitch mark that what you do is repair it properly. There is no one club length relief. You may have sometimes seen this on some of the tours. You may have seen a 6-inch relief using a scorecard. No. Basically, unless there's a local rule in the shop for any reason whatsoever, you repair your pitch mark, you play your ball from where that was. Now the second scenario is if your ball is in casual water. Now, unfortunately, what can happen, even in summer, it can get a sudden massive downpour, the greens will flood, and you come to your ball and there's a big patch. And what I've done here, I've marked an area with my canes, and I'm simulating a patch of water which is between myself, my ball, and the flag which is there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark my ball, and now I'm going to take my nearest point of relief from the casual water, no nearer the hole. And so I could take a relief point here, but for this purpose, we're assuming the water's coming all the way around here. So what I'll do is I'll measure how far I am, the ball to the hole, and then I'll move round in an arc until I get relief from the casual water. And then I'll place my ball with the agreement of my playing partners, and then that ball will be in play. What's really important is it's the ball in this case which is getting the relief. So if you feel that you don't have to take full relief in this case, you can still stand in the casual water yourself if that turns out to be the only relief point on the green. So that's casual water.
Now, casual water comes under the definition in the rules as part of abnormal ground conditions, and this covers everything. As you can see in this diagram, you can see the direction of play. The grey area is the casual water, and you can see the two possible relief areas and note where one is. One to the left, because the ball is closer to the left, and the one to the right in this case is because the stance is actually in the casual water, whereby the ball might actually be clear.
Okay, we've been talking about casual water on the putting green, but what about casual water on the course? Well, I've come to part of the course where it does tend to get a bit damp, and as such, I found my ball and it's here, and it's in the casual water. And what defines casual water? Well, it's when your ball is visibly touching water, or it's actually where the water, when you take your fair stance, not jumping up and down, actually you can see water coming up over the soles of your shoes. So, just for the purpose of this, I've actually put 3 balls down. So this is my ball, and what's my options? Well, even here I haven't really got a shot. The tree's in the way, but I can hit a shot out over there somewhere, and that's fine. And it's lying quite well, so even though my feet are standing in a bit of a squodgy, wet area, I might want to play this. However, the option I do have is I have to take complete relief, and that's swing and stance. So in this case, the casual water comes to here. So I take my stance, and then that becomes the point where I've then got one club length. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop this ball, it's so the camera can pick it up. I'm going to put it down. So as you can see, I'm in a great place now. But is that a fair relief? Well, unfortunately, no. Because when I look at this side, in fact, really dry, club head nowhere near the casual water. So when I mark here now, and now I measure my club length this way, well, a ball inside here, even though it's really horrible, and once again I'm placing it for reference point only, you would drop. But as you can see, that ball, from the point where I was in the casual water, is far closer than that ball over there. So even though got a great shot there, please remember, free relief from casual water doesn't mean that you've got a great shot, and in which case this could even be under a bush. So before you pick your ball up in casual water, always remember, consider where you do have to drop and agree with your playing partners your nearest points of relief, which has to be full relief for swing and stance.